Prince Mbilini WaMswati Dlamini was undoubtedly one of the greatest guerrilla warfare tacticians in the history of the Zulu kingdom, and he was victorious in two major battles against the British Army, namely the Battle of Hlobane and the Battle of Intombe. The prince was born around 1843 as the son of King Mswati Dlamini and his first wife laMakhasisi Dvuba. Growing up, Prince Mbilini was his father's favorite and looked destined for the throne. However, he was not popular with the rest of the royal family, and the rule book was always harshly thrown at him, while his brothers and sisters were treated with kid gloves. When his father King Mswati died in 1868, Mbilini was denied the throne on the basis that his mother ranked lower than the senior wife. Following tradition, the senior wife's son, his brother Prince Ludvonga, was meant to be king, but unfortunately was poisoned by his brothers before he could be crowned. Once Ludvonga passed away without an heir, Mbilini should have been next in line. Unfortunately, he was overlooked in favor of his other brother, Prince Mbandzeni, who was seen by the royal family as weaker and easy to manipulate. As a result of this, Mbilini suffered many assassination attempts, which eventually forced him into exile in the land of AmaZulu. Here he was given refuge by Prince Cetshwayo, who had established his own claim to succeed the Zulu throne in 1856. Prince Cetshwayo was actively forming alliances and supporters to counter his father, King Mbandzeni's waning authority. The Swati prince was allowed by Prince Cetshwayo to establish a settlement on the Tafelberg mountain, close to where the Intombe and Ipongolo rivers meet. This area marked the northernmost extent of Zulu influence and the meeting point of Zulu, Swati, and Transvaal borders. Prince Cetshwayo's intention was to use Mbilini as a defense against the increasing white settlement at Lüneburg, which King Mbande had permitted just a short distance away. Mbilini didn't give up on his ambitions and immediately began the process of rebuilding his wealth and army. He launched attacks on several Swati villages along the Pongolo, seizing cattle and even targeting various Boer frontier farms. His actions prompted a response from the Transvaal, which launched a commando attack against him in February 1877. By this time, Mbilini had become an experienced marauder and had established command of the Abaqulusi faction of the Zulu royal house, situated further south of Hlobane mountain. Prince Mbilini's residence on Tafelberg had a number of concealed caves that he used as a hiding spot during attacks. Additionally, he had another homestead on the southern slopes of Hlobane mountain and would move between the two locations as circumstances demanded. When the Anglo-Zulu War erupted on January 11, 1879, Mbilini aligned himself with the Zulu side. The British perceived him as such a significant threat that they stationed a garrison at Lüneburg to safeguard it. Beginning on January 22, which coincided with the day of the Battle of Intombe, Evelyn Wood engaged in a continuous battle that lasted several days. He managed to disperse a group of Abaqulusi on the western slopes of Hlobane. On the night of February 10 and 11, Prince Mbilini and Inkosi Manyanyoba Kubega coordinated an attack. This joint effort targeted the farms surrounding the Lüneburg settlement. In this attack, Mbilini's followers were responsible for the deaths of approximately 50 individuals, and they left with a significant number of cattle and sheep. Though the British retaliated by launching an attack on the Intombe village a few days later, Prince Mbilini had already retreated to the southern region, finding sanctuary at Hlobane. However, he returned to Tafelberg in early March, just in time to witness the British Army's famous 80th Regiment stranded at Intombe due to unstable river conditions. Before daybreak on March 12th, approximately 400 Zulu warriors, under the leadership of Prince Mbilini himself, initiated an assault on the encampment. They swiftly overpowered the British army, attacking all soldiers, including their captain, David Moriarty. The battle resulted in the death of 79 British soldiers, while Prince Mbilini suffered only a few casualties, and his followers quickly pillaged the enemy's tents and wagons. Seeking to weaken AmaZulu's dominant fortress in the northern region, Evelyn Wood initiated an attack on Hlobane on March 28th. Prince Mbilini played an active role in the Zulu defense, with certain clashes occurring near his own village. There is a possibility that the cave, which resulted in the death of Wood's staff officer, Captain Campbell, during clearing attempts, could have been another of Dlamini's concealed hideouts. Prince Mbilini himself fired the shot that proved fatal, and he may have been injured in the process due to British return fire. His injuries were evident as he was unable to actively participate in the Battle of Kambula on the following day, his followers guiding him back to Tafelberg for recovery. The sudden British upset at Kambula and Dlamini's need to recuperate from his injury subdued Zulu resistance in the northern area for approximately a week. However, during the night of April 4th, Prince Mbilini and Manyanyova's supporters collaborated once again, launching a joint raid on the outlying farms near Lundberg. On the morning of the 5th, mounted infantry from the British Army embarked on a mission to make an interception. They sighted a small group of AmaZulu on horseback attempting to cross Intombe and gave pursuit. In the course of the chase, one individual was observed falling from his horse. The pursuing patrol hastened forward, spotting the remaining individuals descending the banks of Idonga and subsequently opening fire. While one man seemed to sway in the saddle, his companions came to his aid and assisted him away from the scene. The injured man was Prince Mbilini, struck by a bullet fired from the cliff above. The shot entered his right shoulder and exited through his waist. Abaqulusi brought him back to Hlobane, but his injuries proved fatal, leading to his demise shortly after. On June 7th, his remaining followers launched a daring attack near Lundberg, seizing cattle within view of the filter home. It appears that this act was intentional bait to draw out Hendrik Filter. Falling for the trap, Filter set out with a few auxiliaries to repel the raiders. However, he was ambushed near Intombe, resulting in the death of several allies. Filter was captured, and some captors argued for his release due to his pastor lineage, but others, who recognized him as Prince Mbilini's killer, prevailed. After some deliberation, Filter was fatally stabbed. Prince Mbilini WaMswati Dlamini was 36 years old at the time of his passing, and the location of his burial site was concealed, although an old Zulu grave can be found atop Hlobane Mountain.